We have seen some crazy burgers on this show, but nothing can prepare you for the Boston Burger Company and its owner, Paul Malove. What's happening, Paul?
How we doing?
I'm doing all right because you have the most ridiculous burgers, I think, in New England.
I try. We try very hard at Boston Burger Company.
The effort has paid off in all of these plates here. So I want to go through some of the most ridiculously over-the-top burgers out of the full roster, starting with my personal favorite. When I just want to go for it and say, screw it, I want something ridiculously good and bad for me, I go for the Mac Attack Burger. This thing is awesome. Explain what it is, how it's made.
So we wanted to incorporate mac and cheese at the restaurant.
Okay.
So we don't have an oven, so we can't do it baked. So we came up with a stovetop ready mac and cheese that's homemade. It's 4 cheeses, cheddar, cheddar jack, American, and Romano.
Okay.
All mixed in with and made this big vat of sauce. Pour it over the pasta. We add a little bit of hot sauce in there, gives it a little color, gives it a little flavor. Top that with bacon on a burger. Now we take that mac and cheese though, because it has to be hot.
Yeah.
So we griddle it.
So you actually take the mac and cheese as opposed to the usual technique, you're stirring it up or putting it into the stovetop. You guys just griddle the whole thing.
Well, we don't griddle the whole thing.
Yeah.
We mix it all up, then we take it, as every burger comes in, put a lump of mac and cheese right in the griddle. Let that cook up. It's going to get a little crusty on the bottom. We add more cheddar jack cheese over the top, put that on top of the burger, top that with bacon, and there's your Mac Attack.
Yeah, that is a Mac Attack, and then Lord knows what other kind of attack it leads to eventually.
We're not responsible.
Now, perhaps the only thing more ridiculously over the top than that is something that, people get the munchies from time to time for whatever reason, and when they do, they come into the Boston Burger Company and they get something that you like to call the 420 burger. Why do you call it that? What's the story here?
If you know what the 420 is, and you know what time of day 420 is, that's the burger for you.
Okay, there's a lot on this.
It's a Munchie Burger.
Yeah.
And it got a little bit of everything going on. It's got some mac and cheese bites, got some French fries, got some onion rings, mozzarella sticks, bacon.
Not on the side, this is all on it.
All on it. Cheese, and then we top that with the golden barbecue sauce that drizzles all down the sides of it. That's the 420, and if you know what 420 is, you want that.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that, right after 4 o'clock, you'll see a certain group of people come in, and they want to try and finish the 420 burger.
Very hungry at that time.
They certainly are. Now, I hold in my hands another burger, perhaps not as outrageous as a 420, although I'm sure a lot of people would say this is just as outrageous. This thing is about a foot tall, okay? What is this hamburger? Because this is a special one. I know it's very popular.
That's the Killer Bee.
The Killer Bee burger.
What our customers have bought the most over the last year and a half.
Really?
It is. It's very popular. It comes out. It sells itself a lot when it goes through the restaurant. It's bacon, cheese, stacked with onion rings, drizzled with honey barbecue sauce that we make at the restaurant, all down the sides. It comes out without the bun on top, so people see it and they're like, what is that? They're all looking. And you put that down in front of somebody and they want to know, they just look at it like, how do we even start?
Yeah.
And I tell them, squish it down and go at it.
Really? Because I've had one of these before, and I would just start plunking the onion rings off and eating them almost as an appetizer. But you think it's better to do the squish technique?
We like to get messy at Boston.
You like to get messy.
We like to get in there. It's having fun with the food over there, right? You just want to get in there and go at it.
No, I think that's the right move. I don't see a lot of people, stuffing a napkin into their chin here to make sure they're very dainty as they eat these burgers.
Exactly.
All right, now let's move on to the last crazy burger here at Boston Burger Company. We've all heard the expression a hot mess. You watch TMZ, people are saying, oh, Lindsay Lohan, she's a hot mess. You know what I mean? You guys have decided to put a burger that is so messy, you call it the Hot Mess Burger.
Absolutely.
What is this one? So
the Hot Mess, it's our award-winning burger. It really is. It's won a couple of awards over the last couple of years. My partner, Sebastian, actually came up with the recipe. We take homemade Thousand Island, some red onions, pickles, jalapenos, bacon, and mix it all up. It creates a nice thick spread. Put that on a cheeseburger. Top it with some shredded lettuce, some sweet potato fries, some more of that homemade Thousand Island over the top. Now, Sebi didn't name it.
Yeah.
I do get credit for the name, but it was his burger.
Okay, but Sebastian, he is kind of a hot mess, actually. I was going to say.
He is. If you've seen him, Sebi, you know he is a hot mess, definitely. So I had to call it the Hot Mess, and that's what it is. It's got a little bit of everything. It's not very spicy, but, it's the Hot Mess.
It certainly is. If you want to get yourself a hot mess and stuff yourself silly, the newest Boston Burger Company is at 1100 Boylston Street in Boston, and the original is at 37 Davis Square in Somerville, online at bostonburgerco.com.